hello. Welcome to those of you all who are new to our channel. What's up? We are the Sammy Nicole and Fifi show. We are a dynamic and the only dynamic mother-daughter duo here on YouTube. And on our channel, we discuss all things love, life, relationships from both the millennial perspective, excuse me, myself, Sammy Nicole, and the Gen X perspective, my beautiful mother, Fifi. We typically like to go live every Thursday and Saturday night around 7 p.m. Heavy on the ish, okay? Heavy on the ish. Excuse me, Eastern Standard Time. Ooh, y'all, my voice. Let me clear my throat, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay. So yeah, like I said, we like to go live every Saturday, Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you like our channel, you like what we stand for, please be sure to 1, like this video, 2, subscribe, and 3, comment. Also, make sure you share as well. Share. Let's see. If you haven't already, make sure you check us out on all social media platforms. We're on X, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram,
Hey.
We're also on TikTok. We everywhere. Hey, this all diva, what's up? So yes, if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe, check out our content, and yeah, y'all. So before we get into it, we got to throw out our disclaimers. Before we get into disclaimers, if you haven't already got your everything we say is allegedly or everything I say is allegedly merch, please make sure you do so, okay? Please get the merch available, all right? With that being said, let's go ahead and get through our disclaimers because it's heavy on the disclaimers tonight, okay? Heavy. let me take a sip of my water because I want to make sure everybody hear me loud and clear. Excuse me. Heavy.
Not you.
Heavy. Everything we're going to say tonight is allegedly, okay? Everything we're saying tonight is allegedly. Everything we're saying tonight is allegedly. Hell, even our names are allegedly, okay? This is for comedic flair. This is for entertainment, okay? Everything we're saying tonight is allegedly, because why? We don't know these people personally, okay? We don't know them. So everything we're going to be saying tonight is allegedly, okay? Secondly, all individuals are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Again, all individuals are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. I'm going to say one more time for the people in the back. All individuals are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, okay? Everything we're saying tonight is allegedly. Everything we're saying tonight is allegedly, okay? I just want to make sure we're clear about that, okay? All right, boom. So we got that out the way. Anything you want to say? Let's go ahead and you want to say a disclaimer or any announcements, church announcements?
Yeah, church announcement.
Well, she got one more.
I know I went live on Monday. It was just me. So that was just a one-time appearance, y'all. That won't happen anymore. I actually have my own YouTube channel.
Okay.
Where it's all about me. So if you all are interested in that, watching me over there, just let me know and I'll tell you what the channel is. All right, so go ahead.
All right, so let's talk about this Diddy. Diddy getting arrested by the federales.
I'm locked up.
Won't let me out, no. They won't let me out.
I'm locked up.
They won't let me out, no. They won't let me out. I mean, what has been going on? Monday, this past Monday was Monday.
Cass.
Hey, Cass. This past Monday was Mondaying, okay? From Ernesto to Diddy. I mean, we did have a solar eclipse this week. So, I don't know, maybe that was a part of it too. You know, with solar eclipse, it, you know, not Bridget Thompson, not the Breakoff channel.
No, Bridget, I've had my channel for about 6 years now. I just hadn't really, I don't go over to my channel a lot because I've been over here trying to build this one up. So I do have a YouTube channel that I started 6 years ago. And what I do over there, it's just like vlogs. It's just like spend the days with me. I just dropped a video last week where I was talking about grown woman, mature woman issues. So it's just like Gen X living her life. That's pretty much what my channel is. Y'all see me go out shopping, go out to eat, doing things around here. That's what my channel is like. It's nothing like pop culture or topics or anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into it. Diddy gets arrested. What did you first think when you heard that Diddy got arrested? What did y'all think in the chat?
Good for us. Good for us behind. Good for us behind. So we gotta tell them my story time first about Diddy
Okay, you want to tell them the story?
Yeah, let me tell them.
She want to tell y'all the story time about when we actually saw Diddy in person in Miami.
You gonna let me tell it?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Well, y'all can follow me on my channel and then I tell it. No, okay. So about 2 years ago, we went to Miami, and we stayed at the Palms. We stayed at the Palms in Miami, and anybody that's been to Miami y'all know about the Palms. You know, it's one of the hot spots there. It gives you that resort feel away. You're not really on a resort, but you feel like you're on a resort, kind of. Mm-hmm. So we went there for a few days, and so we were dressed and coming down for dinner. Mm-hmm. And I was walking behind Samantha, so I didn't see Diddy, and he passed right in front of her, and she was like, "There go be Diddy." I was like, "Oh, really? Okay." And I looked, I say, "It's sure mess." But before we saw him, y'all, we were sitting out.
It was before we went to dinner.
It was before we went to dinner.
Yeah.
Okay, but before we went to dinner and we saw him, I actually was sitting outside. We were sitting outside in the front of the hotel, just lounging around before our room got ready, right? So what type of car was it? A Bentley?
It was like a white Rolls Royce.
Okay, so it was okay. So we saw this car pull up, and we saw all these nice cars pulling up, and I was like, who pulling up like that? And you couldn't see in the car.
Tinted window.
So you know me. Nosy me. So I get up, y'all. I get up. I walk over to the steps. I stand up like this and try to look in the car, right? I'm trying to see who the hell in this car. It's called it's underscore fee. So I'm trying to look and see who in the car, right? So I can't see in the car. So whoever was in the car never got out of the car. So I turned around. Samantha didn't get up with me. You know, I was like, I want to see who getting out of this car. It got to be somebody. He never got out the car, right? I guess he saw me looking at him waiting, so they might have took him in on the other side because I was just too nosy. So before we went to dinner, we saw him in the lobby, and he was actually there for a wedding. Y'all, he's a huge guy. He has to be about 6'1", 6'2". He's
tall.
He's a big guy. He had his face made up.
His face was beat.
His face was beat.
He had an all-white suit on.
One
of his friends was getting married to his fiance.
He was with this mother.
His mom was his +1 to the wedding, and they were supporting one of his homeboys.
Right, a beautiful wedding. So we were able to sit outside in the cabana where he was and see him. We could look down and see him. Don't you know that joke? Because everybody was like, Diddy, Diddy. Everybody was taking pictures. Diddy, Diddy, Diddy. And he stood up. He stood up and did a 360 and waved at everybody. Because everybody was like, man, that's Diddy. That's
video recording him because how we were sitting, we could like we were able to witness the entire wedding. It was an outdoor wedding. It was very beautiful. And Diddy was one of the guests at the wedding. Him and his mom. So they were like sitting down waiting for the wedding to start. Hey, Queen Lily. They were sitting down waiting for the wedding to start. And then that's when more and more people came out on a command. And they were like, oh, that's Diddy. And they start pulling out their phones, recording him.
So we were only like a couple of feet from Diddy. And I was
But
like...
he actually walked past me before the wedding got started.
Yeah, he walked in front of Samantha.
I was coming from the restroom. And then he walked past. I was like, is that Diddy with that beat face looking casket sharp? But and sure enough, it was him. He didn't have no security with him.
Any tension. He was just walking through, you know, walking through the Palms Hotel in Miami. And I was like, oh, okay, hey, Diddy. And he was just as nice the whole time. He, you know, he sat there, and I think a couple of people did go down to say something to him. And a lot of people were taking pictures and, you know, fanning out. And I was just sitting there watching. So
some people was like yelling, we love you.
We love you.
We love your music. This was what, maybe 2019, 2020? 2021?
2021.
2021. Yeah, this was in 2021.
So, yeah, so we had our encounter with Diddy, all made up. Looked like money. He looked like money.
Clean.
Crisp.
Face beat.
Hair. Oh, hair, everything. Y'all just waste my tea. Hair and everything. Just together. I mean, he looked good. He looked really good. So when I heard
setting powder on point.
Yeah. He definitely had a mom. What they call him?
A MUA.
Yeah. Definitely. He definitely had somebody do his makeup that day. Because Diddy had on his foundation and it was matching. And he had on a little press powder.
Yeah. His face was beat.
And the mother looks nice. She looked good.
She had on her wig and her contacts in.
Yeah.
Mama comb.
She looked good. And here's the thing. Now, when I heard Diddy got locked up for being nasty.
I think it was the blonde wig. Yeah. And she had on all white too, Bridget.
Yeah, she had on all, and she looked good. She looked good. And he was attentive to his mother.
She was his +1.
So when I heard about...
That was right before he got with Young Miami, or before they became public.
When I heard about Diddy getting locked up, I was like, nah, da boop, boop. That's what you get. I was more concerned about the girls. I'm more concerned about the girls. And then I kind of thought about the mom, because, you know, he takes care of the mom. But then when I was watching some blogs today, they were saying, you know, they showed a clip of him and the mom together, and they were out somewhere getting an IV, and the caption said Diddy getting an IV after a freak off, and the mom was getting one too, and he said, Mom, are you all right? And he turned around and kissed his mom in the mouth. They kissed each other in the mouth. And somebody was saying that, you know,
hey, Toya,
she kind of gives madam. She was the madam. She was the one that went and got the girls, allegedly.
Well, allegedly, his father, you know, Diddy is from Harlem, New York, and allegedly his father was a pimp and a street dude.
There you
and
go.
So it was alleged that his mama may have been one of the girls that his dad used to go with back in the day. And that's how she linked up with his father. His mom allegedly had some
the apple don't fall far from the streets.
Yeah, so that's where he come from. Yeah.
So people were kind of saying that the mom kind of gave madam vibes, and that, you know, she could possibly have went and got the girls. But somebody's also saying that how Diddy started off like this in the industry, he too was SA. Somebody SA him, and they're saying, I ain't gonna say that man's name on here, CD might have had y'all familiar with the industry, y'all know who CD is. Okay, they're saying that CD allegedly might have gotten Diddy, you know, might have had Diddy involved in some stuff when he first came in, and they're calling it allegedly the right to passage, jump in. They're calling it a jump in. This is what I heard now. Allegedly. Everything we say is allegedly. And this is for entertainment purposes only. Okay? Okay. They're saying that allegedly he was jumped in. So this is how he knew how to move around in the industry, doing things to jump, to jump people in. So now here's the thing, and I posted this on our Facebook and our Instagram. Now they're saying allegedly there's a video out there of Mary J. Blige and Kim Porter and Diddy. So I think
performing an alleged rites of passage.
a jump. This is and they're saying that allegedly Mary J. Blige said this is my jump in. Allegedly, that's
what she's allegedly saying in
the video.
That's being shopped around.
That
is alleged to have been confiscated during the raids earlier this year of Diddy's Miami and Los Angeles mansions. All this information was when they conducted the raid.
I don't feel no way which way about Diddy being locked up. His attorney is trying to say, the conditions down there in the Brooklyn detention is, not bearable for him. So what? What he did to Cassie was on that video was not bearable for her. I think that life has a way of coming back around to you.
Full circle.
It revolves. It has to come back. Whatever you put out there, good or bad, it's coming back, y'all.
Universal law. Boomerang.
It's the law of the land. It's a boomerang. Universal so I think that I think that he thought for so long by him having so much money. That's why he told the judge, I'll give you my house, my mama house. I haven't sold my plane yet, but I even sell my plane. He's still trying to buy his way and barter his way out of stuff because he's used to doing wrong and saying, here, take this money, take this, and let me go. But from my understanding, this particular judge is not playing and she don't play. And that's from my understanding. So I don't feel no which way about it. I do feel bad for those girls. I feel bad for those girls because their mother is gone. Now their daddy is locked up. The brothers, they young men. They can only do so much. But thank God that Kim's best friend, and we know who her best friend is. We kind of got an idea where the girl's at because sometimes the best friend will show the girls over there at her house. And I think the girls are probably with her. And I just feel bad for them. I think Diddy is going to get what Diddy deserves. I think that it's sick that so many other celebrities are saying that he is doing what everybody else has did in the industry. Okay, they here. Okay, Queen Lily. Okay, I thought they was with Kimora. Okay, so they not okay.
I think they split their time. They go with Ebony and they go with Kimora.
Okay,
they
so
both
I've seen them
with best friends.
Yes. I seen them with Kimora a lot.
Yeah, Ebony is the one who started what is it, Brown Skin Girl Company? She had a business with Kim.
Okay.
So Ebony and Kim have been friends for years, and they had their own business.
Okay.
Together back in the day, her and Kim.
Okay. So I'm glad that the girls are with somebody that love their mom and close to their mom. But that's where my feelings go towards the girls. I hate that for them. I really do. And I want to say another thing about people who are condoning this. Y'all, just because
Faison Love, Lil Boosie.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's sick. It's sick. Just because it's been done does not make it right. Just because it's been done for decades, and we know things have been done. This is not the first time that we heard of something like this. Just because it's been done and somebody else has gotten away with it doesn't mean that it's right. It doesn't mean that it's right. It's wrong. It's what he did is wrong and it's awful. And like I say, when he goes to trial, because it looks like he's going to sit there until trial. Until the end of his trial. Not until the trial, but till the end of the trial. He's gonna sit there, and I hope, my prayer for Diddy is, I hope that he asks God to forgive him. I hope that he has a come to Jesus moment. Brother Love, because wasn't he calling himself Brother Love at one point?
Yeah, because he wanted to move and operate in love, the highest frequency.
I hope Brother Love have a moment with himself while he's in there. I hope he gets his mind right while he's in there, and just have a talk with himself and Jesus. And here's another thing I want to say. I don't know if you guys saw the interview with Ursha about how when he was 13 and when L.A. Reid signed him. And there's always been something about L.A. Reid that I didn't feel right. L.A. Reid used to go to a church I used to go to back in the day, and he used to come there with some young lady, bright skinned, nice looking young lady. I don't know her name, but he used to bring her to church. And it was just something, I used to sit behind him, and it was just something about L.A. Reid that just didn't sit right with my sha-na-na-na.
Not the sha-na-na-na.
My sha-na-na-na. But I didn't know what it was. But I want to say this. When Ursha signed with L.A. Reid, and he was sent to stay with Diddy for a year. And Ursha in this interview talks about some things that he saw going on. He said he was too young to participate in. My issue is with that. Now I'm looking at Ursha's mother. I got a 13-year-old child.
Miss Janetta Patton?
I don't care. As a mother, and this is as a mother, my child can sing. You say, okay, your child can sing, but my baby got to go somewhere else to make it. She need to go here, get groomed. You's a lie. One or two things gonna happen. I'm going with her. You gonna put us up, and you gonna make sure we comfortable while she getting groomed, and you make her superstar. Or she ain't going. My 13-year-old child off somewhere else. I'm in Atlanta and he in New York. And you let him go with Diddy. Because they sold you a dream, which jumped off. But the things that young man went through and seen. And God knows what he experienced that he's not talking about. And all the rumors that's going around what he allegedly experienced. Mm-hmm. So I think as mothers, I don't care how, there couldn't have been no amount of money anybody could give me. I don't care what it was. When it comes to my child's safety and her well-being, we have gotten so caught up in this money game till we will literally sell our souls to the devil. And I think that's what that industry has become. I mean, we listen
what
to...
What it's always been.
We listen to Jaguar, what is it, right?
Jaguar, right. Mm-hmm.
Everybody says she crazy. She don't know what she... some of that stuff may be far-fetched, and it may be a little bit
fabricated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but... Come on, y'all. Everything that lady's saying ain't off about what's going on. So now I think everybody is shaking in their boots. Everybody's scared. And Samantha brought up a good point. She said that's probably why everybody in the industry so freaky. Everybody is highly sexual and sensual. You know?
It's a common spirit.
Yeah, it's a common spirit
throughout the entertainment industry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, how in the world can you have 1,000 baby oil bottles in your house? For what? And lubricant.
Well, allegedly, he used to have a house in New York called Daddy's House. And it was like a sensual house where they would conduct the freak-offs. And it was dimly lit, very sensual, very erotic vibes. And it was called Daddy's House. And that would be one of the locations where the freak-offs would take place. That's how, devoted he was, how deep into this thing he was. Now, I think that this Diddy situation is showing us there's a fine line between expressing your sexuality and being a sexual deviant. And I think that there is such thing as just taking it too far and just going past a healthy boundary. And I think that's what happened with him. I really do. And I also think too, we also got to realize that when, just in general, when you have people who have money, who have resources, who have access, you know, eventually they get to the point where the quote unquote normal sexual acts are no longer satisfying for them. Then they want to start getting into other sexual acts, you know, whether it be, you know, messing with animals, like we hear, like Yoli C said, like we hear with Ernesto, right? Looking at images or pictures, having to deal with CP, you know, engaging in activities where they're committing sexual SA against other people, because now they're no longer satisfied by just having quote unquote normal relations with people. So now they gotta dive off and do other little devious and inappropriate things in order to get aroused or get off sexually.
And another thing I heard, there's a clip that's going around where Faith Evans, and we all know she was in that circle, where she said that she had so much D when she was young. Allegedly, well, I heard her say it. I watched the clip. She said it. She had so much D when she was young, and she was passed around so much. She said it don't even faze her now. So that's back to your point where you be so sexualized till you want to do different things.
Yeah, you're desensitized. Like you need something more and more intense and diabolical.
Y'all hit the likes and share the live, please.
Just to get off, because you're engaging in so much sexual activity, the simple things, it no longer does it for you. So now you need to get into other stuff. You know, other ways to express yourself sexually. And you see that a lot with people who, you know, are very active, or people who have money, people who have resources. They get bored. And like you said, Yoli, see, like with Ernesto, he got bored. Yeah. You know, he been out here in these streets, you know, allegedly engaging in sexual activities for a long time. So eventually he like, I need to take it up a notch. Let me look at allegedly cartoon images of animals, you know, being intimate. Let me allegedly look at CP to get off now. You know what I mean? It's I would even go as far to say he is probably an alleged sexual deviant as well. Super hypersexualized.
And Sonya too, because she like to be choked out.
You know, and that's how it is in that industry. That's how it is. Anything goes. It's very earthly energy, very low level energy. And they engage in that behavior as rites of passage. A lot of times they engage in that behavior. It's rituals, ways to dehumanize people so that you can gain control over them. You know, it gets really, really deep. It does. And you have to be careful when you engage in that industry. And I think this is a great depiction for all of us, and a great lesson for all of us, that, you know, everything that glitters isn't gold, and why it's so important not to idolize anybody, because you don't know what people are doing behind closed doors, and that what was done in the dark, it always comes to light.
And I was watching shout out to Make It Make Sense YouTube channel, and he brought that point up. He said he was talking to his sister, and, you know, she was saying, you know, I always looked up high to all of these celebrities, you know, because I, you know, seeing their lifestyle, how they travel, how they
Rich,
live,
famous, luxury.
Rich and famous. You know, we see Diddy coming out on this stage with his mama, you know, back in 2022, he had that big birthday party. He gave himself a big birthday party. It was like something that you never seen. But at the birthday, speaking of the birthday party, at the birthday party, in the middle of the garden, there was a double-sized king bed. He had a bed at this party. And all of the big well-known people were there. Jay-Z, all the producers, everybody was around there dabbing it up. Everybody looked like money, and you just never know what people are indulging in
Behind the scenes.
behind the scenes.
In order to access fame, money, and power. You don't know what rites of passage or rituals that people are engaging in. And it goes deep.
And they were saying that, and so we know that Mary J. Blige, and I love her to death. We know that she comes from humble beginnings, right?
Mm-hmm. Grew up in abuse,
yes,
addiction,
yes.
abandonment.
So she runs up on Diddy, and this is her moment. This is her moment.
Make it out the hood.
Yeah.
Take care of her family.
And we know that allegedly she has some issues doing some drugs, maybe, possibly, allegedly. And so
she admitted that she was on drugs.
Okay.
And alcohol.
Okay, so she was on drugs and alcohol. But they're saying allegedly Diddy could have had something to do with that, because they were saying that when she got jumped in, that her and Kim, he took some pills and he made them open their mouth, and he stuck his hand so far down in their mouth to make sure that they swallowed whatever he was giving them.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Everything we say is allegedly. So, it looks like, once again, how different men prey on different type of women. We know that Cassie wanted to be a singer. Mm-hmm. She wanted to be in the industry, right? They say she was dating his producer first.
Ryan Leslie. Cassie used to date Ryan Leslie.
She wasn't even fooling with Diddy.
He was 18, 19.
She wasn't even fooling with him. He say, okay, okay. This how you got to watch the devil. The devil come in all sizes, all kind of forms. We think the devil got on a red jumpsuit with a red tail and some ears. Mm-hmm. The devil come in all sizes, all colors, all forms. Okay? And he come to get the weak. If you weak in the mind, he will get you, because that's the first place he go. If he can get you here. Mm-hmm. Cassie wanted to be in the industry. Diddy slid 2-step, did his little shuffle. I got you. Come on, go out with me. I got you. And her life changed. All because, and he knew certain type of women. Even with the little girl group. What was the one with Kalina in it?
No, Dirty Money with Kalina and Don Richardson, and then before that was Danity Kane. They were on the ones, Making the Band.
Who was the ones he had run down the street and get the cheesecake?
That was
Making the Band.
That was Making the Band. Yeah, when he had that TV show on MTV.
So it was always people who was trying to make a come up. You know what I'm saying?
And that group flopped, always exploiting people who came from very humble beginnings, like he did, because he grew up poor.
He grew up
in
poor.
poverty.
Yes,
he talks about that.
Yes,
and to turn around and exploit other people who grew up the way he did, playing off of their desperation and their hunger for fame and wanting to have a better life.
Yes,
and manipulating them.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And then allegedly, y'all, he also had a history of abusing Kim Porter. And they used to fight. And there was one incident where she fought back and she cut him.
She fought him back.
Yeah,
Kim would fight him back.
Yeah. So he had, and Misa Hilton, the first baby mama, Justin Combs' mom, they were alleging that he was abusive towards her as well.
But one person we didn't hear about him jumping on and fighting, who? J-Lo.
That don't mean he didn't. We just ain't heard about it.
Man, if he had done something to J-Lo would have said it, or somebody would have said it by now.
Okay.
I guarantee you.
J-Lo. J-Lo is a whole nother topic. Her and Ben Affleck, I just can't. I don't even care. I don't
They
even pay
back
that no mind.
together again.
They back together, baby.
Yeah,
They like Cardi
got-
B and Offset. They just can't leave each other alone. They like
that toxic love.
they like the YT version of Cardi B and Offset.
Yeah.
They can't leave each other alone.
Yeah.
They just can't. They just can't.
Anybody ever heard anything about Diddy and J-Lo about what he did? That was a quiet relation. Now that was one relationship of his you didn't hear much about.
You saw him out a lot.
You saw him out a lot.
But then she got
and they white and they little white outfits. You know, he had on the white trench coat, the white. She had on all white.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But J-Lo got the hell on once he caught that case. That when he got into that pow 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 case in that nightclub.
She left him alone.
And he had his music talent, Shine. Shout outs to Shine. He is so fine. He's now a government official in Belize. Shout outs to anybody from Belize. He's so fine. But anyway,
Miss MJ talking about this. The young is the lead that party. Yeah.
Yes, but he got into that pow pow nightclub incident where a young lady was pow powed in the face. And Diddy allegedly lied and put it on his artist at the time, Shine, who was very popular and very young. And he took the charge and went to prison for Diddy, allegedly. Mm-hmm. And Shine said Diddy had people testify against him after he went to prison to protect Diddy. And Diddy betrayed him and garnered people to testify against Shine. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And this was back in the late 90s. This was over 25 years ago. Yeah. So, you know, this is just showing that Diddy been doing stuff and he been able to buy his way out of it.
Now he cannot buy his way out of this. He gonna stay right down there. Somebody said, I know his attorney working overtime.
You know he is.
He working overtime. And I feel sorry for the youngest boy, King. What is it? What's his name? King Kong?
Christian. Yeah, his nickname is King Kong, but it's Christian.
He taking
the one that looks
bad.
just like him.
And they say, and another thing, y'all, why did they do a sketch of him in court when he was in court? What was up with that? But they said that when he was in court, he looked straight ahead. But when he found out he wasn't getting no appeal, it was denied. They said he turned around and looked at his boys and he said, Diddy told him, y'all know what that means. Keep your head up. So, you know.
Yeah, I saw the video of his sons. It was Christian, Quincy, Justin walking into the court to his hearing, then leaving. How defeated they look. Yeah, they love their dad.
I feel bad.
And they're alleging that some of the sons partook in the freak-offs.
You know, they not no little boys. I feel more so bad for the baby girls. I know they 16, 17 now.
They're 17 now.
They're 17.
Jesse and Delilah.
Because, you know, I love the kids.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for them. You know, their dad locked up. Don't look like he going to get out. And some people say that, you know, it's not looking good for Diddy. They're saying allegedly, you know, it's not looking good. And they saying when the trial starts.
Whenever that will be.
They're saying... Oh, okay. Okay, federal court, you can't record only sketches. Okay,
Got it. Thank you, Ms.
Thank
MJ.
you. I said I was gonna ask my people, but when the trial comes out, and now has already started. They said a lot of videos are gonna come out. They say a lot of videos are. How many videos did they find? I think somebody mentioned. I don't remember, but they say a lot of those videos are gonna come out. They're just gonna, you know, let them out, sprinkle them here, sprinkle them there, you know, a little bit here, a little bit.
And they probably span decades, probably over 30 years worth of video.
Because it's a video on TikTok where he had a party, and it was this white guy, and the white guy face was down in the sofa, and Diddy said, "This what happens to a white boy when he comes to one of my parties. He's out." He said he out. And he was laughing at the white boy, and everybody was running a circle, you know, around the white boy, face down in the sofa, and they set a lick on top of his head, and they was laughing. Did he say this what happens when a white boy comes to one of my parties? So, you know, and we all heard about the alleged parties, right? So I don't feel no which way about it. I think, sometimes you just gotta, you dance and shuffle with the devil. You gotta pay the price. It's time for him to pay the piper. You know, he put it out there, and he got to pay for it. And he thought he was. I truly believe Diddy thought that he was untouchable.
For sure. When you've been getting money that long and you're that influential and you've been getting away with stuff for 30 plus years, it's hard for you not to think that you're not untouchable, especially when you have some people who worship you. You have so many people around you who enable you, who make excuses for you. Yes, you start to think that you're untouchable. And you know how I know he thought he was untouchable? When he got that Don Tour tattoo on his back. That Mother Mary in Catholicism is it's the Virgin, or the what is it, Holy Mother and the baby, Mother Mary and the baby. But in like religions like Voodoo, it's Don Tour. And if anybody know about that, if you know, you know, that image, she is a a Loa, and she protects women and children. So here there's this guy who, I guess he may be dibbling and dabbling. That's his business. But he had the nerve to get a spiritual figure or deity that is known for protecting women and children, and turns around and pows women. I thought that was very interesting of Diddy to be engaging in something like that, but not fully understand what that represents and what that means. And I thought that was very brazen of him to do that. And I also think too, you have 4 daughters, right? And you are able to still compartmentalize abusing other women, allegedly. But if somebody were to do that to your daughter, it would be the end of the world.
And to Miss MJ's point,
wow.
They are saying that Diddy had cameras. Anytime you went to any one of his places, there were cameras all throughout, everywhere. And some people didn't actually know they were being recorded. They say some people didn't actually know. So they saying people trying to figure out, damn, was I recorded when I was over there? So I'm
sure a lot of people are afraid right
yes.
now. Yes.
They said he had cameras, lots of cameras throughout his homes. Anytime you stepped on his property, there was a camera.
And I think too, when this trial starts, I think that Diddy gonna be like Nino Brown. He gonna be like, if I'm going down, everybody going down too. He gonna be singing like a canary. So I think that we're gonna see a lot of our favorite celebrities getting called to the carpet.
So you don't be triggered. I know it's dark. It's sad. I know it is.
Yeah. And yes, Katie, I heard that allegedly one of his sons, or a few of his sons, allegedly partook in the activities, and they may potentially be called to the carpet as well, in addition to his celebrity friends.
And Clyde, we know Clyde Davis.
And Kevin Lyle stepped down from 300 Entertainment, as well as some other major music executives earlier this year too. So I think this is going to be a huge shakeup to the music industry, and I think it's going to forever change
their ways.
We'll see.
Maybe they'll change their ways and do right. I mean, come on, y'all. For the love of money. And you have people in a chokehold because they want to get out of their lifestyle that's not so good. So you abuse them, and and it's just sad. You can't trust anybody, and you use drugs to lead, and allegedly, and it's just awful.
Yes, it is. It's very unfortunate. But hopefully this will send out a message to other people in the industry to tighten up and to stop doing whatever they've been doing. because people are getting called to the carpet and they're being held accountable. And do I think that Diddy is the only artist that engage in in these behaviors? No. I'm sure there are politicians, government, other law enforcement, businessmen and women who were at his parties engaging in this activity. So it's not just him, but for whatever reason, he is going to be the one that's going to be, the one to get it started. And I think it's going to be a domino effect. So it'll be very interesting to see who Diddy calls out and who he exposes and tries to take down with him. I'm pretty sure there are people way higher up than Diddy, more powerful than Diddy, that we don't know about. The real powers that be that knew what he was doing and maybe even allegedly partook in it, that he might try to throw under the bus, who may be of a different persuasion. So it's going to be very interesting to see, how hard Diddy fights. I mean, from what I have seen of Diddy, we know he's a fighter. He's not a quitter. So he's going to fight like hell with this case, and it's going to be interesting to see, who he tries to bring down with him and what all the information he shares. I think Diddy is just getting it started. He's the key that's opening up Pandora's box, and a lot of things are going to come out and be exposed about this industry, and the veil is being lifted. And like I said, earlier in the show, this is a great example of why you don't put anybody on a pedestal and why you don't covet what anybody has, because you don't know what people are doing to get what they get, or to be in the rooms that they're in, or be connected to the people that they're connected to, or be able to go to the parties or get the accolades or the awards that they get. You don't know what people are doing behind the scenes. Now, we know not everybody in the music industry is doing that, but a lot of them are.
Yes.
And a lot of them, engage in alternative, intimate activities. It's very common. It's very socially acceptable. You know what I mean? It's a common thing for them. That's why Lil Boosie with his ignorant behind, I can't stand him. That's why he felt so comfortable saying, he ain't doing nothing that any other artists don't do. Of course, we fly people in to engage in intimate activity. That's what we do. How else we gonna get to them? We on the road, So it's just a mess. And, we saw the video with Cassie, right? We saw how diabolical that was, and how he basically dragged her like a rag doll, which was awful. And it was just unfortunate. It really was. And I'm glad that Cassie went for hers, even when Diddy tried to allege that she was just doing it for money. And so what? Pay me for my pain, like Funky Deneva say. Shout out to Funky Deneva. She needed to be compensated, because if that's what was caught on tape, can y'all imagine what she went through that wasn't caught on tape, that wasn't on camera? And then also, don't forget, y'all, Diddy was dating another young lady around the same time he was dating Cassie. Her name was what was it? Dana, I think her name was Dana, or that's the baby mama. I can't remember the girl's name, but she did an interview with Tasha K, another young Asian girl that Diddy was messing with. And she did an interview years ago with Tasha K, talking about how Diddy allegedly pulled her by her hair, punched her in the stomach when they would get into disagreements, and how he forced her to terminate her pregnancy. And so, but when that came out, nobody really gave it too much attention when Tasha K interviewed her, because it did make the blogs, but eventually the young lady ended up going back to Diddy. And Tasha K later revealed that allegedly Diddy had reconciled with the young lady and put her back on the payroll. And that's why and made her sign an NDA so that she couldn't do any other further interviews about him. So this was another young lady, and she said that when Diddy would get mad about her, get mad at her, he would say, "You're the bad one and Cassie is the good one." And she said that Cassie knew about her, about their relationship. She said she was messing with Diddy for like 10 years. So it seems like, I think that Cassie loved Diddy, but it seemed like they kind of had an open relationship, and that she probably cared about him, but she also was trying to get her career going. And I also think she suffered from, battered women syndrome. I really do, and I really think, like you said earlier, Diddy sold her false hope that he could turn her into a star. You know, and he sold her family false hope too, that he was going to turn her into a star. He got her when she was very young and very impressionable. And I just think it's so unfortunate how, Diddy took advantage of Cassie and played off of her emotions. I think it's really, really sad. I really do. I think that's unfortunate for all of these young women. I think these young women went to this, who dated him or dealt with him intimately. I think they thought that they were, you know, hitting a jackpot. And they thought that they were probably, with a man that was successful, going to help them out, and they were going to live a great lifestyle. And unbeknownst to them, it came with a lot of pain and a lot of trauma and a lot of darkness.
Yeah.
And I just hate that for these young women. And it's unfortunate because when you have people who are in positions of power like that, they abuse it. And that's what he's done. He's abused, he's used it against her.
And he's gotten away with it for so long.
Yeah, Dana is Love's mom, but there was another girl that Diddy was dealing with. Gina, yes, Gina. Her name is Gina. That's her name. The Gina V. That was the other young lady that Diddy was dating the same time he was dating Cassie. That was her. She was an Asian woman. Y'all check out Tasha K. She did an interview with Tasha K, a 2-part interview with Tasha K, talking about her experience with
Yes,
Diddy.
you know she is Simply Me. She wonder if Kim is on some. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, allegedly, I wouldn't be shocked if Kim is on those tapes. I wouldn't. And Kim Porter went through a lot with him too. She was young when they got together, and allegedly he was very controlling and very physical with her. And she tried to leave, and when she would try to date other men, allegedly he would threaten those men. So it's just he has a horrible pattern with women. It's just the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, so
It's
my
sad.
heart,
Hey, I'm here for the show. It's just awful.
it's awful, and
Preying on these young women, their vulnerabilities.
and like Toya said, it's real dark. But I think that sometimes the conversation has to be had, because once again, we can all learn something from this. Whether it's whatever we take away from it, and I think what I take away from it is two things. Don't look at someone and think just because they live a certain lifestyle or they have a certain material things or they look a certain way that everything is okay with that. Never think because you see somebody living a certain way. You don't know, and I've always taught Samantha this. You don't know what they did to get it, how they did to get it, and what they doing to keep it.
Beautiful women. We just see him with beautiful women. They live a luxury lifestyle.
And who would have thought?
Access. And who would have thought these women were going through that behind closed doors? Hey, Queen Black.
Yeah. And who would have thought those women were going through that? Now my thing is, and here's for the girls again. I hope when the trial does start, I hope a lot of things don't come out about the girl's mother.
I think it is because allegedly people are saying he had something to do with her being unalived, allegedly.
So I think when I just felt bad for those girls. I really do, because I used to watch them on TikTok when they used to get ready in the morning and go to school, and they would do their little TikTok, do their makeup and get dressed on TikTok live. And I just hope that when this trial comes, that the girls are not exposed to all of this.
Yeah, I definitely feel for those young ladies. And, he has Jesse, Delilah, and then he also has Chance.
And then
And
he
then
got
he
the
has
new
Baby
baby.
Love, the 2-year-old.
So where Baby Love? Okay,
She
so
with her mama. The one that her mama working IT, and it was alleged that her mom, uh, 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 what is it? Cyber or broke into Kim's electronics allegedly, because she worked in IT. So it's just a mess. But she been quiet. That's Baby Love mama. She hacked. Yes, hacked.
She hacked. And you don't hear anything about her either. So she was in on all the stuff. Allegedly.
And they also saying that Young Miami knows a lot more than what she's saying she know, allegedly. Young Miami is basically saying, my name Bennett, I ain't in it. I'm Stevie Wonder to it.
So why
but
was
people saying that Young
put...
Miami knows a lot more than what she's telling.
So he had certain women that would work beside him to go against other women, and he never allegedly put his hands on them.
How it worked is he had women who legitimately worked for him. They were a part of the Comb Enterprises, legit. Nothing sexual. Then he had women who were ladies of the night or ex-workers that he would pay for their services. And then he had ladies that he dated that he would have sometimes join him in intimate acts with the actual workers. So he had different categories for the women in his life. Some of the women, their relationship really was strictly professional, but they would help cover up some of his inappropriate activities. So he was dealing with a lot of women. Some women, they just extra workers. Some women he really is dating, like Young Miami, like Cassie. Some women he just casually dealing with. They coming to the freak off. They doing what they do. He had different compartments to put women in. And sometimes he would blur the line with women he was supposed to have professional relationships with.
So so this last baby mama, because we're hearing a lot.
That was somebody he was kicking it with, and she just so happened to be
working
an IT professional and could help him allegedly hack into Kim Porter Electronics, allegedly. But she was just trying to secure the bag. Come on now, having that baby.
And we always want to go after the men.
And we'll see how much bag that baby got if they don't go after her trust fund.
They got money in the industry. You hear women all the time, yeah, girl, he do this, he do that, girl. Yeah, he got money.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get ourselves in a situation like that. Mm-hmm. He said he gonna help me. And then, I get it.
I want a rich ninja.
That's P. Diddy. I get it.
You like, okay, girl, P. Diddy like me. I hit a lick. I'm about to make a come up. That's a big deal. He's a billionaire. B as in billionaire. So a lot of women would have probably went for it.
I get it.
He can change them. He can change my life, girl. Yes. And that's a good point. If you
would have came to my mama, P. Diddy, girl, please. I would have had to talk. I would have looked at him with nope.
But you gotta understand, a lot of these women, they on the come up. It's a certain type of mindset that these women have. They thinking about financial stability. They thinking about, mama, he can put us in a mansion. What you mean, no? He can pay off all of our debts and put us on. That's how these young women are thinking. Why they dealing with him? This financial stability is access.
with
But this
a
is what these
billionaire.
girls.
I don't care what he said or what he could do.
I'm
If
just
I
telling you
felt
how they
something in
thinking.
my sha-na-na-na-na about him, it ain't we. I'll be right here.
I'm just telling you that's how these young women are
I don't
thinking.
care. You be to my mind. He can buy me this. He can get us this, and I'll be looking at him. He ain't right. Something ain't right about him. I don't care.
Yes, he did date Lori Harvey. Yeah, he was well, allegedly.
And she left him alone.
Yeah, he was on. I think he was.
It didn't last long.
Yeah, y'all remember that picture of Steve Harvey, Marjorie Harvey, Lori, and Diddy? They were out. I think they were out having dinner.
Yeah.
And Lori Harvey was like massaging Diddy's back and rubbing on his head while she was sitting at the table with Marjorie and Steve. I was like, oh, she grown. And they were spotted out on vacation. And then the young lady that did the interview with Tasha K. Gina, one of his alleged girlfriends that he was dating at the same time he was with Cassie, the one that alleged he punched her and forced her to terminate her pregnancy and pulled her hair in the club and stuff. She said that there was one time where she went through Diddy's phone and she allegedly saw topless pictures of Lori Harvey in Diddy's phone. I was like, what? She was spilling a lot of tea in that interview. Y'all go over to Unwind with Tasha K and check out that interview that she did with one of Diddy's ex-girlfriend, Gina, because she spilled a lot of tea. She spilled a lot of tea about Diddy and who he's messing with.
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah, allegedly they said Lori dated Justin, but I don't know if they dated or if they was just cool. I don't know, but Diddy's ex-girlfriend said she found pictures of Lori, so he okay. I'm here for the show. So did you hear about the statement Shine made about him since that charge is very intelligent brother? Yeah, we talked about that earlier. Shout outs to Shine. Shine talked about that. He said, basically that man ruined my life, but just because he's going through something doesn't mean I have to, celebrate his demise. That I don't have to cheer just because he's now, going through it and reaping what he sowed. I'm paraphrasing what he said, but Shine is very intelligent and very handsome too. But yeah, he was very classy, and I hate that because Shine, he went to prison for Diddy. He went to prison for that pow pow in that nightclub in the 90s, and he actually didn't do it. The young lady did an interview with Tasha K, and she said it was Diddy that allegedly did the pow pow, not Shine. But Shine took the charge.
So,
it's unfortunate.
Yeah. And like I said, he thought that he was going to be able to pay his way out of this. Give up 2 houses. I give you 2 houses and 4 cows and a cat.
Because he been doing it for so long. You got to understand, when you've been doing this and buying your way out of things.
I won't mess with no more women while I'm out. Just crazy stuff. Who bothers like that with the judge? The judge said, I don't give up. You gonna stay right here.
Yeah.
You're a danger to. They say Diddy is a danger to society because of that tape.
And that's why the bail was denied twice.
Yes.
And because he texts that girl 54 times. The girl that was part of Dirty Money with him and Don. He texted her.
Yes.
Called her 54 times after the following day after Don Richardson filed that lawsuit against him. And I really hate that because y'all remember watching the making the band spinoff when he was putting together Danity Kane. I love me some Danity Kane. The way he would talk to them, the way he would call them ugly and fat and just really try to break them down mentally, it was awful. Y'all let me know down in the chat if y'all remember Danity Kane and what they went through to put that group together. And it was basically like a reality show where Diddy wanted to put together a girl group. And he wanted the girl group to be one of the greatest girl groups of all time. And that then birthed Danity Kane. And so it showed you, it documented him doing the auditions, going all over the country to kind of find the best fit to put together the girl group. And then once he found, the top picks for the girl group, he invited a select number of contestants to live in the house. and then each week, you know, they would go through artist development, artist boot camp, and based on how the women would perform in the house, and you know how they would gel with the other women, and you know how mentally tough they were to go through some of the things they put them through in the house, that determined who made it to the end, and then that developed that, or that then birthed Danity Kane. And all of the women were very, very successful. I think the Danity
Was
Kane,
it one in there named Denise?
there was Aubrey, there was Dawn, I think
Kalina?
no, Kalina
No.
was in Dirty Money. That was with him and Don.
Okay, Don.
Yeah, yeah. Don was in, yeah. So I can't remember the other two girls' name, but it's mainly been Don and Aubrey have been the most vocal from Danity Kane. And then there was another girl, Dee Woods from Atlanta. She was in Danity Kane as well. And he just put those women through so much, so much. It was awful the way he would talk about their weight. And even in Dawn's lawsuit, she talked about how Diddy would always talk about how skinny she is, and you know how unattractive she needs to fix her face. And sometimes when she would go through fittings or have fittings for her performance costumes or whatever she was going to wear on stage, she would try to grope her and just say all type of inappropriate stuff about her.
What's that
So they went
choreographer
through a lot.
name?
Lori Ann Richardson, she been real quiet too. That was the
Well, you know
choreographer that worked with all of the groups.
She got into it with Diddy real bad.
She used to stand up to Diddy.
Yeah.
On Making the Band.
Now, she
used
wouldn't
to
let
stay
Diddy
up
talk
him.
to her. Yes.
Y'all remember Lori Ann Gibson? Boom, boom, cat. Boom, cat. Boom, boom, cat. Boom, cat. Boom, boom, cat. Boom, cat.
Yes.
Lori Ann Gibson used to go toe to toe with Diddy. Like Diddy would cuss her out and talk crazy, and she would cuss him right back out and talk crazy to him. She was not playing with Diddy. She was not playing with him at all. Okay, she was not playing with Diddy.
She was not playing with Diddy. She didn't let Diddy.
She was not scared.
And they didn't talk for a long time. They had actually fell out.
Yes.
They had actually fell out.
She was one of the few, especially women, to stand her ground, because, you know, like a lot of men in those positions, he was, you know, he's misogynistic, and he's, you know, allegedly abusive towards women. And so he used to think that he could check Lorianne, and Lorianne would buck back like, "Nah, Ninja, you ain't finna be talking to me any kind of way," you know. So, I mean, he has a long history of playing with people's people's mind.
So I know he ain't checking nobody down there at that detention.
I mean, if he big and bad, he should be able to come out like the king. He say he the king
They
of New
say
York.
it's one of the worst.
Well, that should be light work. If he the big bad wolf beating everybody up and telling people
I don't know where
he make
Farnsworth
people
is.
go he make people disappear like Casper, he should not be worried about the living conditions in that jail. He should be a big dog and thug it out and not be crying about it. If you big and bad on the streets, be big and bad in there. Okay? What you worried about? What you crying about?
And they say in there. They say Monday before he went to court, they say he was out kicking it with fans in the park
in New York. Yeah, he was. Yeah. Cause he knew they were coming, and he was like, you know what? Let me go home and kick it in my hood. You know, he's a New Yorker, so he like, you know what? They about to lock me up, so let me just go ahead and kick it. Come home, come back to New York, be in my natural habitats where it all began before I get locked up.
Okay, so he is married. I thought he was married. Fort Worth. What is it?
Farnsworth Bentley. Yeah, he know a lot of tea.
Yeah, oh yeah, you know he know a lot of tea.
Yeah. Oh baby, Farnsworth, he could probably write books for days about Diddy, baby. Mm-hmm. He done probably synced it all, but he got out right in time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's who need to write a book, Farnsworth Bentley. Because he done synced it. Not seen, but synced it all. I would love to hear what he has to say. But, you know, y'all, more victims are coming out. Both men and women, are coming out to share their stories about, you know, Diddy. So, honestly, I'm not going to lie. When I found out he got arrested, I was shocked. I didn't think they was gonna arrest him because he been able to get away with stuff for so long. And I was even more shocked when the request for bail got denied.
Denied.
I was shocked.
Mm-hmm.
I really was. I say, who did he piss off? What powers that be did he make mad?
They say this judge do not play.
Was he trying to buy NBC too? Like Bill?
No, he just reaping. He just reaping.
Yeah.
Now Bill, they now allegedly Bill done some stuff too.
Yeah. I mean, this is a number 8 year, a year of karma. Whether you sow good or bad, you reaping it this year. So
Bill done some stuff too now. We know Bill, everything, you know, all them women that came out on Bill, and everybody ain't lying.
no, they're not.
And what did his wife do? She stood right beside him.
Yeah, that's what Camille does. Simply Me said when he was at Central Park, I think he was taking it all in for the last time. I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
I think so too. I think so too. Central Park is like his equivalent to those green waters with Nesto. Boy, I would love to hear what Nesto got to say about Diddy.
I can't wait till that call come out with Sonya and Nesto talking about Diddy.
I can't wait till that call drop. I can't wait. He gonna be like, for real?
What?
Damn.
Wow.
I can't wait to hear what Nesto got to say about this Diddy situation, baby. I can't wait, baby. Knowing him, he probably could say, you know, I met that guy. I seen him do it. I can't wait to hear what he got to say about that. That's gonna be funny. But y'all, I think this trial may even be bigger than YSL. Hopefully, by the time the trial gets started, they will have wrapped up YSL.
Yeah, YSL need to go and wrap up because this right here about to get juicy.
Yeah, it's about to be real salacious.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Simply Me said when he was at Central Park, I think he was, yeah, I already read that. Okay. Oh, Lord, you know he's comparing himself to Diddy. He probably is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here for the show said, let Nesto tell it. He was at the ATL party. He probably was. Y'all remember when Diddy had that restaurant Justin's down here off of P Street?
Uh-huh.
Justin, that was like a really
Y'all remember
high-end
Justin's?
restaurant here.
And it was popping down there. You would go down Peachtree and all of the nice cars would be parked around the corner. They had like the red robe. Y'all remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. He had a restaurant right there on Peachtree. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Miss MJ said, gotta restock my popcorn for that call. Me too, Miss MJ. I can't wait to hear. Let's see. I'm here for the show said they are requesting a speedy trial. I know they are, but everything they've been requesting has been denied.
I'm telling you this.
So I don't know
this
how
judge
speedy it's gonna be.
It's not for it.
I don't know how speedy it's gonna be.
They
out
say
here for
she
the
is
show.
not the one.
Yes. I don't know how speedy it's gonna be. I don't. I really don't. Cass said, I guess IS will be covering the Diddy trial and standing for another one.
Probably so, child.
Probably so. If she don't get hemmed up with this YSL. Y'all saw her on TikTok.
She's on TikTok.
Recording Mariah the Scientist Thug's girlfriend.
She was on TikTok recording the case. Is the rule 22 for TikTok too? It's for all social media. I thought it was just for YouTube. She went live on TikTok though, for the YSL case today, and she was recording his girlfriend Mariah. What is her name?
Mariah the Scientist.
And Mariah kept moving back because she didn't want to be recorded. You know that woman. Sylvia turned around and hold her camera up on that girl. On that, not girl, young lady.
Let's see. I'm here for the show said they showed the Atlanta Intercontinental as one of the off spots.
Oh.
Yes. Okay. Okay, so we'll get more sketches since they obviously can't record the trial. But baby, they
Oh.
will have somebody, and they do have reporters live tweeting though in the trial, so we'll get the updates that way. But do you think that Diddy is gonna do any time in federal prison? What y'all think? Y'all think Diddy gonna do any federal
Yes,
time?
I think Diddy. I think this is his last rodeo. I think Diddy is gonna do his time. I think just like R. Kelly, you know, they're not playing. If Diddy was gonna get off, when when the feds come, they come. The feds just don't play.
They say they got allegedly
Yeah.
over 15 years of evidence
The
against
feds,
him.
the feds don't play.
They said for the last 15 years,
This ain't no play.
they've been collecting evidence against Diddy,
So
building the case.
They want him, and they got him, and that's where he gonna stay, and that's just that.
Girl, he finna sing like a canary. It's finna be so many of our, people that we listen to or like that we're gonna be like, we already like with Mary.
Yeah, Mary was in it. They say Mary, Faith, Mary, Lil' Kim,
And then
allegedly.
And that's not the first time I've heard something inappropriate about Mary J. Blige. You know that boy Danny Boy that used to be with Death Row Records, the one that used to sing Tupac's song, I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. He said that allegedly he messed around with Mary J. Blige when he was a little boy. When he was a minor, allegedly. I said, now what now?
And Mary always calling Diddy her brother. You know, when she left her husband, she went to live. She lived with him for a while.
She was broke. Yeah, that marriage. Yeah, and left her destitute. And now
now they gonna pit them together against each other.
I said, why he said that about Mary? Whoa.
Oh, she said, oh, I'm here. Really? So she like young
child.
And he allegedly. I'm here for the show. I'm through. What?
And y'all know Mary got that good deal with Giuseppe. She sold out her $1,000, $2,000, $2,000 boots. Lord, her
Well, they say it's about to hit the fan allegedly for her.
Lord, have mercy.
Yep, that's what they saying. Yeah.
Lord, I mean, so I'm trying to figure out how far is this gonna touch the Black Hollywood, and we know it's gonna spill over to the white, because everybody be at his parties.
Everybody. For real. They say for real.
For real. For real.
What's his name?
For real.
The one that carried the little purses.
For real?
Yeah.
Little purses. Child, this about to be a minute. And now people saying something may come out allegedly about Jay-Z. I don't think Beyonce fans gonna be able to take that. If something negative come out about Jay-Z allegedly, the Beehive is gonna lose it. Y'all know how much people love Beyonce. They're not gonna be able to take it
with them feds, though. I bet you that.
They gonna lose it.
I don't want anything to come out with anybody who got kids. I just would be worried about the babies.
Yeah.
It's
the children who suffer.
Yes, children don't deserve all this free. If you want to go out and do all that mess, don't have children. Kids don't deserve. Them girls don't deserve this.
And his twins, they're in their senior year of high school, so this is a lot to go through.
So if you want to live that lifestyle and do that, don't involve children. I think that's so selfish. It's just selfish to me, and that's just my opinion. So I'm more concerned about the children. their parents being taken away from them, because it just starts another cycle of issues
And trauma. And it's not fair to them.
And it's just gonna start more, and and it's just not fair for them. At some point, you have to think about everything I do. I think about how it affects my child, even with her being grown. So you just have to be careful.
But obviously, Diddy wasn't thinking that way, allegedly. No. So it's gonna be interesting to see how this story continues to unfold. It's gonna be very, very interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. And I think Diddy need to stay where he at. Just like R. Kelly, they ain't get R. Kelly no grace.
Well, they did let him out on bail. One of his homegirls put up that $1 million bond. Remember?
And how long he stay out though?
Yeah, but he did. He at least got the bail though.
Well,
they told Diddy hell no off the top.
That's because of that tape with Cassie. They labeled him as a barbaric. That was barbaric behavior.
And he was looked at as, they thought he was gonna be a flight risk
because tampering with the witnesses.
Because he called that girl. I think if he wouldn't have called that girl,
that's insane to call somebody 54 times.
Maybe that would have helped him if those two things had not happened. But
yeah, they say he a danger.
Yeah, he was offering up his passports, the kids, and his mom, but they didn't take them. They didn't want the passports. They were like,
the house,
we don't need it.
We don't need it because you ain't getting out.
And that's why they told him.
The plane.
That's why they told him to pay off that $40 million house so he could use it as collateral. But they was like, no, we don't want the passport. We don't want the house, the plane. We don't want it.
We don't want nothing. We want you. We want you. And he thought that when he did that little PR thing, when that tape came out about Cassie, he thought it was over with. I just lost myself.
He said he was effed up. He was going through it.
Well, he really effed up now.
I think this is gonna cause him to have some deep reflection on his behavior. I think so. He's gonna be in deep contemplation. And you know what? He needs that solitude. He needs to be sobered up, have a clear mind, to really think about what he's done. Because when he's out on the street, he has so many distractions. And he has so many enablers. He doesn't really have to be held accountable. And y'all, they alleging that he even slapped his own mama one time. They got into an argument. Allegedly. He's been physical with his own mom. Allegedly. So, this is somebody that not only is he allegedly a danger to other people, but he's also a danger to himself.
Flight risk.
Yeah.
Because he friends with Russell.
Baby, Russell got the hell out of Dodge, baby. When them folk tried to come out to Russell Simmons said, peace. He said, all right, I'm going to head out. Let me get my stuff, and I'm going to Bali. Peace. Russell said,
Who? They'll never get me.
They'll never get me. Russell Simmons was not playing, baby. Russell Simmons got the hell on. He said, y'all come see me in Bali. I'm not effing with these folk. Now, let me ask you this. Russell was able to slip
Hit
through
the like button and share the live.
We got 25 likes, but 45 people? Please double tap the screen, y'all. Double tap the screen.
And go buy some merch and become a member.
Yes, please. Double tap the screen. Double tap the screen. It's free to do so. Just double tap, y'all. Right now, double tap. Let's see if we can get to 30 likes, y'all. Double tap, y'all. Double tap, please. We at 26 likes. Let's see if we can get to 30. Come on, y'all. Double tap. Okay, we had 20. Okay, yes, we had 30 likes. Thank you, y'all. We appreciate it. Okay. Baby, Russell Simmons said, you won't get me. He said, you won't get me. Russell Simmons left the country expeditiously. I mean, he didn't even have no hard charges like that. It was just the fact that it was revealed.
Russell old school. Russell knew how it was gonna turn out, and Russell knew. See, Diddy thought he could get away with it. See, young folk a little different from us old folk. We see it for what it is, and we act accordingly. Y'all want to buck the system and test the system.
So Russell is a baby boomer. Diddy is Gen X. So they just one generation apart.
Diddy should have went on with Russell. Russell come in, he come back to the States, but he don't stay long.
And he's very low key about it. He does come back to the States, sporadically, but he's very low key and he don't stay long.
Mm-mm.
So I know Russell, like I was saying, he was able to slip through their fingers this first round, but do you think this second go around he gonna be able to slip through? Because Diddy is gonna be able to implicate Russell in some shape. Russell Simmons,
and Russell probably on some of them tapes.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. In some way, shape, or form, Russell Simmons is probably connected to Diddy in some way. Ain't no way he's not, because in some capacity he served as like a mentor to Diddy.
Yeah, he comes back. He came back to the baby's graduation. He comes back. He runs through New York quite often, and LA.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, is he gonna be able to evade the authorities this go round? Because if I have any inkling or my suspicions about Diddy gonna sing like a canary.
Everybody keeps saying Diddy gonna tell.
He gonna tell.
You think Diddy gonna be a snitch?
Absolutely.
I know Diddy ain't no snitch.
The way he has thrown other people under the bus to save himself, absolutely. So I'm like, are you gonna be able to get away this second go around, Russell? Okay, and they saying a lot of people who were close to Diddy are cooperating with the authorities, which is why more people haven't been indicted with him, because a lot of people are.
For real?
Yes,
that's the tea.
Allegedly, that's the tea. A lot of people who are close to him, they are cooperating with the feds, and that's why they're not being charged with him. They talking. And they stepping down from their positions. Baby, let me see. Simply Me said, Diddy does have minor kids, though. I think that makes it harder to do. Miss MJ said, I know we nosy, but I would not want to be the agent or agents to have to look at that deviancy. No, I wouldn't either. I wouldn't either.
Yeah. Because it's a lot. And them agents, they have to sit down and review all that stuff and maybe
hours and hours of
go back
footage.
And watch it again. And, they took the time to count all the baby oil bottles. Now, who set up and count 1,000 baby oil bottles?
Who has the time? That's dedication. That means we really want you.
So they probably started last year before last, and put a team together just to be on this.
Yeah. Oh, he got a special team assigned to him, baby. This too high profile not to. It's too high profile.
Yeah. Now they say he isolated. He
Protective.
is. They say he is isolated. He's off by himself, but they say he's still in a little small cell. They say it's hot. It's hot during the day and cold at night. And they say that they say this year alone, 4 inmates have honor themselves, and 1 recently in the last few months have gotten killed.
Unalived.
Yeah.
Unalived.
So unalived. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if the way he was acting big and bad with these people on the streets, allegedly, he should be able to thug it out and tough it out. And if he big and bad like he said he is, perhaps he can push
men like
to have some comfort.
Men
in
like
there.
that.
Maybe
ain't really
he'll
big and
use
bad.
his influence to have some to make it more livable.
Men like that ain't really bad. They say R. Kelly allegedly in there getting tossed around all the time.
No, he not. I know they not doing the Pied Piper like that. No, they not. No, they not beating up on the Pied Piper. Not Mr. Ignition. Fresh out the kitchen. Mama rolling her body. Got everybody here with you. I'm like, so what? No, they not.
Hey.
They bouncing him. Bounce, 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 bounce. Girl.
But they say so.
Oh, well.
You know, they say they got Diddy off by himself. And you know, it is what it is. He probably see his attorney every day. I don't know if the boys gonna stay there, you know, while he there.
I'm sure they will. They love their daddy, especially that Christian.
So
the mini-me.
And then
He don't have no problem speaking up about his daddy.
And then people were saying, why on court documents it says that Al B. Sure's son is his son. So people are saying that Diddy did that purposely to get back at Al B. Sure. Did they have some type of beef?
Yeah, they said that allegedly the reason Diddy, I don't know if he formally or informally adopted Quincy.
They say on court documents Quincy is his son.
They say he did that to get back at Al B. Sure. And then some people saying, oh, he just did it because he was in a relationship with Kim and, you know, they were a package deal.
What? Al B. Sure was his daddy and was around. Why would he adopt that man's son?
I don't know. I think in some way maybe Quincy feel like Diddy was more of a father figure than Al B. Sure. You know, Al B. Sure.
And he looked just like Al B. Sure.
Looked just like him. Spitting image of him. Spitting image of him. Yes. I'm here for the show. Said the R is getting his hair braided. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. I definitely think they're alleging that some of the sons may have been involved in the activities. I'm here for the show, allegedly. So, something we may see something in the future about the sons partaking in the festivities. Unfortunately,
I hope, and they probably worried. I hope not. So the sons,
I know their mamas is worried.
So the sons are old enough to stay in the home by themselves.
Yeah, they're grown. So they in their 30s, mid-20s. They're grown men.
So they'll probably stay in the LA house.
No, he's selling that house.
Oh, so he gonna sell that one.
So they may be.
What about the one in Miami?
New York?
Okay.
We don't know. But
so
he's selling the LA home.
Okay, so he gonna sell it. Yeah.
Yeah, they saying Al B. Sure was a deadbeat dad. He admitted to being a deadbeat dad. Yeah,
and
so he don't fool with Quincy. Yeah, that's why Quincy don't fool with him like that. I mean, they're cordial, they're amicable now, but he wasn't there for Quincy like that. He was ripping and running the street, you know, having children by other folk. So he, you know. And then sometimes when he'll make like public declarations to Quincy, and it's kind of cringe. It feels disingenuous, like he's doing it to get attention. Like he'll put up posts directing it towards Quincy, and it's like, are you doing this for clicks and views, or is this because you really want to rectify your relationship with your son, rebuild it?
Okay.
I noticed that about Al B. Sure, but and then Al B. Sure got sick a while back, and he allegedly thought that maybe Diddy had something to do with it, allegedly. That was a whole big thing. So it's just a lot, y'all. Everything we say is allegedly. This is entertainment purposes only. We don't know these people. Allegedly, allegedly, allegedly. But, you know,
it's on exclusive Star Island.
Yeah, it is.
Wow. So that's probably where he went when he left the Palms that time. We told for you all that just got in, we told the story about how we seen Diddy a couple of years ago. And I don't know, but I know I do feel in my shanana that he will be there, just like R. Kelly. I just don't think
he definitely ain't gonna go down without a fight. That's why I think he gonna tell. Because he gonna be like, oh, if I gotta go down, well, him, her, they was doing it too.
And he need to tell, if he gonna do that, he need to tell the story from the beginning, how he got involved in all of this. Because they saying allegedly he's doing what was done to him, allegedly.
And he probably is.
That's what everybody is saying. He's doing
He
what was done to
probably
him.
is.
Now, I don't know how true that is.
Yeah. He probably is.
So,
yeah.
All right, y'all.
That's how it goes in that industry. So yeah, y'all. So we're gonna be following this story. I mean, there's some parallels with Nesto, with the actual deviancy, with the untouchable God complex.
Yeah.
Exploiting women, using women.
Yep.
Intimidating women, allegedly. So there's some parallels.
Preying on women.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Let me see. Sunny Flower said, interesting times ahead for the black entertainment industry. Not just the black entertainment industry, but the entertainment industry overall, Sunflower Babe. Because, Diddy was connected to, that's how he got his money. He said it in one of his songs. I got my money up effing with them white folks. So it's going to be some higher up people that we don't even know their names that he will probably.
And why Clyde Davis? Ain't nobody never said nothing about him.
Baby, that high up, they probably afraid to. Just like people were at one point, they were afraid to say something about Diddy. They weren't trying to touch that.
No.
A lot of people were afraid of Diddy and afraid to speak out against him. It wasn't until Cassie, filed her lawsuit that people started coming out and sharing their experiences. They was afraid. They were afraid. And rightfully so, because they knew that there would be potential repercussions. So, Cassie got the ball rolling, and, other people felt comfortable to come out and finally tell their story.
Good for her.
Yeah, good for her. She got her monions with her husband, her kids. She was out and about earlier today or last night, frolicking around the city.
Oh, she was in New York.
She was out. So, I just hate that Kim Porter didn't get her just due, but in a way she is.
She is.
So I just pray that may her soul be at peace, and may she continue to be able to watch over her babies, because I know she probably close around her daughters. I know she probably is watching them closely on the other side. So I hate the way things turned out for her. Very beautiful woman. It seemed like everybody who talked about her, they always had something positive to say, nothing, negative. So yeah, let's see. Miss MJ said, yeah, Diddy is the face. The money don't look like him. Sunflower said, I don't think we're going to hear about Clive Davis' foolishness until he kicks the bucket. Yeah. We definitely going to probably hear about Russell, though. If I could be a fly on the wall in Bali, I know Russell probably like, oh.
And Russell got the girls over there. He don't think he still got some girls
because it's legal
over there.
Yeah, it's the laws aren't as harsh over in Bali.
I follow him on Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, y'all. So that's all we got. We ain't got no more. Those are our thoughts. This is going to be a very, very interesting case. A lot of tea is going to come out. And like I said earlier in the show, I believe personally this is going to turn the industry, not just the black entertainment industry, but the entertainment industry overall upside down. Because Diddy is an international star. So it's going to be crazy. Not AP Swart did Diddy do it. Simply Me said, I hope he reels Christian in before he ends up like Diddy. I hope this is a cautionary tale to all of his sons and anybody looking up to him to get right and be mindful of how you moving out here in the streets, because it will catch up to you, and you're not above reproach. Watch how you treating people, how you moving people, how you be careful. All right, y'all. So yes, that's all we got. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, please be sure to double tap the screen, like this video. If you're watching a replay, down below, hit the like button. Let us know your thoughts and comments. Do you think Diddy is going to do any time? And if so, How much time? Who else do you think is going to be exposed in this Diddy saga? Let us know what you think down in the comment section. I'm Sammy Nicole. This is Fifi, my beautiful mother, with the Sammy Nicole and Fifi Show, dynamic duo, and we'll catch y'all next time. Bye, y'all.
Bye. 15 years.